Hey, how you doing? This is Coach Mark here. Hope you guys are doing amazing. I know I am, and I hope you are as well. All right, so real quick, we are 7 weeks into 2016. How are you doing as far as your goals, your resolutions, everything that you set forth? Are you still pushing away at them, or have you given up already? I hope you haven't given up. Matter of fact, I know if you're watching this video, you probably have not given up yet. You are close to accomplishing your goals, and congratulations on that. All right. So, what I wanted to talk to you guys about this week is the most attractive quality that anybody can have that you're dealing with, whether you're dealing with someone on a personal, as far as like a personal relationship, or even if you're dealing with somebody in a business relationship, or even if it's just a friend. The most attractive quality to me that anybody can show me that would make me want to deal with them is somebody that is committed, somebody that shows commitment. The title of my power and a half hour that I just did a few hours ago, because it's about 12:30 right now, 12:30 in the morning, is what are you committed to, right? And in the call, if you haven't listened to it yet, go back and listen to it. A little shameless plug, but go to www.powerhh.com and listen to it, or you can call 857-957-1625 if you're in the United States and listen to it. But in the call, I talked about the difference between people that are interested and the people that are committed. So, real quick, I'm going to go over some of these points just in case you have not listened to the show. People that are interested, they show up sometimes. They show up when it's convenient for them, right? When they have nothing else going on. People that are committed show up all the time. Like today, tonight, I was really tired about 10, 15, 20 minutes ago, right? And I really wanted to go to sleep. But guess what? I'm committed to doing these videos every single Monday night, Tuesday morning. I am committed, right? I'm committed to doing my power and a half hour calls. That's why I've done 72 shows in a row. I have not skipped a week, okay? And 70 of those shows have been live. That's a major commitment, but I'm committed to doing it. So, like for me, it's not even a question. Even when I get a little tired, and then the part of your brain is starts saying, "Well, you could skip this week." No, it's not happening. You gotta be committed in anything that you're doing, right? Let's look at some of the other differences between people that are interested and committed. So if you're interested, you dabble in a bunch of different interests. So like all of your friends and all those people that are doing like 35 different things, right? And they call it they justify it by saying, "Oh, I have multiple streams of income." Well, let me tell you a real quick thing about multiple streams of income, right? Because we see a lot of rich and successful people have multiple streams of income. 99% of the time, 99.9% of the time, they develop one good stream, right? You got to develop one good stream before you try to have multiple streams of income, right? And I think that the biggest mistake that a lot of people make is that they try to have multiple streams of income and they don't even have one good stream coming in first. Once you have one good stream coming in, then you go and do multiple things, okay? And then you can bring in more money after that. But get one good stream first, right? Now, so people that are interested, they dabble in a bunch of different things. They're always doing a bunch of different things, right? But people that are committed focus all their energy into one thing, right? Or at least maybe one or two things, but generally one thing. People that are interested are easily distracted and they fall victim to shiny object syndrome. So that means any new thing comes out, they're looking to jump into it. A new opportunity or a new multi level marketing company comes out, they're the first ones jumping over there and they never ever figure out why they cannot be successful. You got to make up your mind to be committed to one thing and stick to that one thing no matter how hard it gets, right? Now, if you're committed, you're focused, you're so focused that you don't even notice when new things come out, right? So I know for myself, like the times in my life that I've achieved like the most amount of success is the times when I have completely tuned everybody out. I don't care what opportunity you got. I don't care what you got going on. Right now, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm focused on. And I don't want to hear nothing else besides it. You literally have to have tunnel vision, right? Because if you're jumping from thing to thing to thing, you're never ever given anything enough time to really pop off, all right? So another thing is that people that are interested, they don't set goals. They just kind of let life happens the way that it happens, right? But people that are committed set goals because they know that they're going to achieve the goals, right? You could only get somewhere that you plan to go to, right? If you don't plan to go, you're just going to be wandering aimlessly like in the desert, right? So people that are committed, they set goals, okay? And then they monitor the goals that they set. So they don't just sit there and write down their goals. They write them down and they monitor whatever it is that they write down, right? Now, if you're interested, you let the fear of failure and other fears stop you from achieving your goals, right? When you're committed, you don't look at failure as failure. You look at failure as just something, an opportunity for you to learn from. It's just an opportunity for you to grow from. And you're going to learn something from it that you're going to help, that's going to help fuel you along your journey, right? And the last thing is that if you're just interested, you want to make everything perfect, right? You're a perfectionist, right? People that are committed understand that done is always better than perfect. So they're not focused on making something perfect. They're not focused on having, if they're trying to do something that requires 10 steps, they're not focused on trying to figure out all the 10 steps before they get started. All they need to do is know step number one. That's all you need to know is step number one. And then once you get done with step number one, then now it's time to figure out what step number two is. But I see too many people. They're like deer. They get caught in the headlights, and they're trying to figure out the whole 10-year plan. And it's like until they won't even start until they have the 10-year plan. It doesn't even make any sense because like things are going to change so much in the next year or two that whatever you had for your 10-year plan is probably going to change. So all you need to do is focus on getting started. That's the most important thing. Focus on getting started. Focus on making the next right move. Focus on whatever the move is that you're about to make next, that's going to be a right move. And then once you complete that, then you do the same thing again. You try to focus on, okay, what's going to be the next right move after that. All right. So, anyway, like I was saying, the most attractive quality that somebody can have is being committed. And let me tell you this rule of thumb, and this has served me so well throughout my life. Never expect anybody that isn't committed to themselves to be committed to you, whether that be in personal relationships or that be in business, right? If the qualities that I just talked about between the difference between people that are interested and committed, if it's someone, whether it's a new business partner you're thinking about going with, or even someone that you have in your personal life, if they only showed signs of being interested, I'm telling you, that's not who you want to work with, right? If you see people that are always constantly starting and then stopping things, that's not the type of people who you want to work with because those people are just only interested in something, right? Someone that can't become committed to whatever it is they're doing, especially in business, that's just not who you want to work with. You don't want to work with people that are interested in the idea. You want people that are committed. I can tell you this right now. If you look at the most successful entrepreneurs, people like Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, all these guys that are super millionaires or whatever, I can promise you this. They weren't just merely interested in whatever idea that they were trying to do. They were committed to it, right? They were committed. They were, look, they burnt their boats, right? I talked about that story in the call that I did tonight, right, with Hernando Cortez. When he went to Mexico, he had his sailors. He loaded all the sailors off of the ship, and they had the people burn their boats. Right? They burned their boats because guess what? They had two choices. Either they were going to win and conquer the Mexicans, or they were going to die. That was it. And that's that level of commitment that you have to have if you really want to be successful at whatever it is that you're doing, right? Because if you give yourself an out, you're going to take the out. If you say, well, we're going to see how it goes and hopefully it'll work out right, then guess what? It probably won't work out right. But when you put yourself in a position where you have no other choice but to make it work out right, then I promise you this, you're going to figure it out. You don't have to know how you're going to do it up front, but you're going to figure out how to make it work. So sometimes you got to burn those boats, right? You got to show that serious level of commitment. And anybody that doesn't show you that they are super committed, that's probably not the right person for you to work with. All right? Thank you guys much. And until next week,